Hello everyone, Mythra here, and today, I will talk about a Sonic spin-off game, and that is Sonic and the Secret Rings. Sonic and the Secret Rings is a 2007 platform game developed by Sonic Team and published by Sega for the Wii, a spin-off from the Sonic the Hedgehog series. It is the first title in the franchise for the system, and follows Sonic the Hedgehog's quest to stop an evil genie named the Eraser Djinn. In addition to the basic platforming gameplay of previous Sonic titles, Secret Rings uses a system of experience points and levels, as well as special moves that are unlocked by means of progression. The title was released in place of an aborted attempt to port the 2006 game Sonic the Hedgehog to the Wii. Producer, writer, and director Yojiro Ogawa conceived Secret Rings to tap into the Wii Remote's capabilities. He chose the theme of Arabian Nights, using many elements of the stories in the game's setting, characters, and Middle Eastern-influenced music. Sega changed the title of the game several times, originally being announced as Sonic Wildfire, before settling on Sonic and the Secret Rings to tie in the theme of Arabian Nights. Upon release, Secret Rings received average reviews. Reviewers praised its visual style and considered the game as a whole to be an improvement from prior entries, but were critical of its controls, which some claim took time to get used to, and its inconsistent difficulty. Sega released a sequel in 2009, Sonic and the Black Knight. The two form what is known as the Sonic Storybook series. Sonic and the Secret Rings was delisted from retailers in 2010, following Sega's decision to remove all Sonic titles with sub-average Metacritic scores in order to increase the value of the brand. Sonic and the Secret Rings is a three-dimensional platform and action game featuring an on-rails style of movement. Sonic the Hedgehog, the series' main character, is the game's only player character. He is controlled exclusively with a Wii Remote, which is held horizontally like a traditional gamepad. Players adjust his forward movement by tilting the controller. He runs along a pre-designated path. Players jump and brake using corresponding face buttons. Thrusting the Wii Remote forwards allows Sonic to perform a homing attack, a mid-air move that targets and damages enemies in his path. Like in other games in the series, Sonic collects rings scattered throughout levels. Contact with certain obstacles and enemies scatters them away, and Sonic dies if he touches an enemy without any rings. Unlike previous titles, Secret Rings does not feature a life counter or game over screen, but instead Sonic reappears at the last visited checkpoint after dying, although the player will have to restart a mission if they fail a specified objective. The game contains 110 missions, including boss battles, over the course of 8 levels. New missions, cutscenes, and sometimes new levels are unlocked by completing missions. Successful missions earn Sonic experience points, which advance him to levels. Sonic has 104 special moves called skills that are unlocked upon leveling up or reaching certain points in the story. The player can distribute these skills to 4 skill rings, which the player selects before starting a mission. Skills can provide Sonic with improved movement, offensive, and defensive capabilities, as well as special attacks. Skills are generally used by depleting the soul gauge, which is slowly filled by collecting pearls scattered throughout the levels. Notable skills Sonic can obtain are the Speed Break, which greatly increases his speed, and Time Break, which slows down time, allowing the player to dodge obstacles more easily. Secret Rings features 3 game modes: Adventure, Party, and Special Book. The story is played in Adventure mode. The Party mode features multiplayer gameplay for up to 4 players simultaneously, in which players spar in a turn-based tournament of motion control-based minigames. The Special Book mode displays the game's 225 unlockable bonuses, won by completing levels quickly and collecting fire souls, the small fiery objects scattered throughout the levels. These bonuses are development documentaries, interviews, concept art, in-game cutscenes, and game music. Sonic is the game's protagonist, and his sidekick throughout the game is Shira, Genie of the Ring. Their enemy is a Razor Jinn, a genie who aspires to erase the entirety of the Arabian Nights book. He was once the genie of the lamp from the story of Aladdin and the Magic Lamp, who was punished for misdeeds and imprisoned in his lamp until he granted the wishes of 1,000 people. Eraser did so, gaining a renewed hatred of humanity and deciding to take over the world. Several Sonic series characters appear in the form of figures from Arabian Nights, such as Miles Tails Prower as Ali Baba, Knuckles the Echidna as Sinbad the Sailor, and Dr. Eggman as Shariah Dyerazasar. Though Sonic recognizes them as old acquaintances, they do not recognize him, and Shara insists that Sonic's perception is mistaken. On January 19, 2006, IGN staff writer Matt Casamassina revealed that sources close to Sega had informed IGN of an upcoming Revolution-exclusive Sonic game, which was 2 months in development. Sega officially announced Sonic Wildfire at Electronic Entertainment Expo 2006, then as Hypersonic at a Nintendo press conference and again as Sonic Wildfire in its trailers. Sega changed the title to Sonic and the Secret of the Rings, then slightly modified it to Sonic and the Secret Rings in August 2006. Sega preferred Wildfire over Secret Rings, but the latter better fit the game's story and Arabian Nights. The music of Sonic and the Secret Rings was composed by Kenichi Tokoi, Fumiko Matani, Sairo Okamoto and Hideaki Kobayashi of Wavemaster. Steve Kant and Rumblebee performed the vocal tracks. The music maintains the guitar-based rock style of previous Sonic titles, adding elements of traditional Middle Eastern music to complement the game's theme and aesthetic. Sega released a video game soundtrack album, 7 Rings in Hand, Sonic and the Secret Rings original soundtrack, on March 15, 2007. The main theme and album title track of Secret Rings is 7 Rings in Hand. Sonic and the Secret Rings received mixed or average reviews, according to the review aggregation website Metacritic. The game charted well. It was the 11th best-selling game of February 2007 worldwide, and 3rd for the Wii. It proved the best-selling Wii game and 5th among all platforms in the United Kingdom. In North America, it was 13th overall, and 4th for the Wii with 83,000 copies. In June, July, and August 2007, the game was the 4th, 3rd, and 7th best-selling game for the Wii respectively. The game received a Platinum Sales Award from the Entertainment and Leisure Software Publishers Association, ELSPA, indicating sales of at least 300,000 copies in the United Kingdom. It sold 30,563 copies in Japan. Critics felt Secret Rings was a general improvement over recent Sonic games, whose popularity and critical reception had declined. According to Empire, which gave the game 3 out of 5 stars, Secret Rings reclaims the bewildering blend of platforming and racing that made the series famous while fixing the erratic stop-start gameplay that marked recent editions and showcasing the best graphics the Wii has to offer this side of Zelda. However, the occasional sluggish controls and spasmodic in-game camera mean Sonic's Wii debut is far from perfect. Electronic Gaming Monthly stated that it does a decent job at stopping the bleeding caused by the recent 360/PS3/PSP Sonics, and OneUp.com's Shane Bettenhouse and wrote that the Sonic series was definitely on the mend after suffering progressively worse games after the release of Sonic Adventure. GameSpy's Patrick Joint agreed, writing that Sonic had been reanimated to a lurching existence. IGN's Matt Casamassina, Nintendo Power's Chris Shepard, and GameSpot's Greg Mueller named Secret Rings the best 3D Sonic game, but criticized the 3D titles in general. 83435, Eurogamer's Rob Fay praised the game for employing Sonic as the only playable character. The game's level design received mixed reviews. Joint preferred fast levels and felt that the ones requiring players to move carefully detracted from the experience. Bettenhausen and praised the visual appeal of Secret Rings and compared it to that of Resident Evil 4, a game which critics acclaimed for its visuals. Casamassina agreed that the Sonic team has done a lot with the 7 levels, and praised the varying missions and levels' aesthetic contrast. However, he criticized the placement of obstacles. They denounced levels' avoidable blind spots and leaps of faith, and found a number of stages and their reuse over multiple missions a little bit disconcerting. He conceded that it added to the game's replay value, comparing the levels to tracks in racing games. Control and camera movement concerned reviewers. Bettenhausen called the controls a tad reckless at first. Sonic's momentum takes some getting used to, and trying to go in reverse is a pain but become more natural and fluid as you get acclimated to the fast-paced, twitchy action. Casamassina and Mueller offered similar opinions, while Shepard criticized the game's low camera angle and arbitrary targeting system. Bettenhausen dismissed the game's multiplayer mode as a failed adaptation of the Mario Party series. Faye concurred, adding that a multiplayer racing mode would have been preferable to lame minigames. Casamassina compared the games to those in Super Monkey Ball, Banana Blitz. Only a handful of them really stand out and some are downright pointless, but overall gamers will probably be happy that they were included. Shepard agreed, but decried the necessity to play the story mode extensively to unlock some of the party mode's best features. My opinion on this game, to me anyway, is actually decent. Yeah, people will say the controls suck. Well, I severely disagree. I actually beat this game and didn't die because of the controls. I never screwed up because of the controls. The controls are really over-exaggerated. The game itself is too. Though I will agree that if you play this game without skills, it really isn't all that fun, but you can still have a good time, though I would thoroughly recommend playing the game with level 99 Sonic with all of the skills, and also faster gameplay. And of course, unpopular opinion, I prefer Secret Rings to Black Knight. I also quite enjoyed the gameplay and level design more in Secret Rings. Story, well, it's decent, though nothing really special. Besides that, I thought Sonic and the Secret Rings was decent. I'd personally give it a 7.4 out of 10. Well, that's all I have to say. See you in the next video.